Welcome. Today, we will embark on a journey to explore the exciting world of C++20. This is an overview of the modern evolution of the C++ programming language. Let's dive into the key features introduced in C++20. These enhancements span both core language improvements and additions to the standard library. In terms of major language features, we have concepts, ranges, modules, coroutines, and the three-way comparison operator, also known as the Spaceship Operator. As for standard library additions, we see enhancements like calendar and time zone support, a new format library, span, atomic smart pointers, and a synchronization library. Let's begin with concepts. Concepts provide a way to specify constraints on template parameters, making templates more expressive and easier to use. Here is an example. First, we define a concept called addable, which checks if two objects of type T can be added together, and if the result is convertible to type T. Then we use this concept in a function template called add, which only accepts types that satisfy the addable concept. Now let's explore the ranges library. Ranges provide a more composable way to work with sequences of elements, allowing for cleaner and more readable code. As you can see in the example, we include iostream, ranges, vector, and algorithm headers. We then create a vector of integers. The code filters even numbers from the vector and transforms them by squaring each number. Next up are modules. Modules replace the traditional header file system, providing better compilation times and cleaner code organization. Here's how they work. The first file, math.cppm, is a module interface file that exports a module named math. Inside this module, there is a namespace math containing a function add. The second file, main.cpp, imports the math module and uses the add function from within it. This modular approach helps in organizing code more effectively and reduces compilation overhead. Now let's explore the feature of coroutines. Coroutines enable functions to suspend execution and resume later, making asynchronous programming more intuitive. Here is an example of a generator that produces Fibonacci numbers. The generator function Fibonacci takes an integer n as input. It yields the next Fibonacci number in each iteration using the co_yield keyword. Now let's discuss the three-way comparison operator, also known as the Spaceship Operator. The three-way comparison operator simplifies comparison operations and makes them more consistent. Here's an example of how to use it. We define a class point with integer coordinates x and y. By defining the spaceship operator, we automatically generate the equals, not equals, less than or equals, greater than, and greater than or equals operators. The implementation compares the x coordinates first, and then the y coordinates if the x coordinates are equal. Now let's shift our focus to the format library. This library introduces a type-safe, efficient alternative to printf and iostream formatting, inspired by Python's string formatting. Here is an example of how to use the format library. The example includes the format, iostream, and string headers. It then formats a message string using positional arguments. This approach is safer and more readable compared to older formatting methods. Let's explore some other library features offered by C++20. First, we have standard span, which is a non-owning view over a contiguous sequence of objects. In this example, we include the span and vector headers. We define a function process that takes a span of integers as input. The main function creates a vector of integers and passes it to the process function, which can then operate on the data without needing to copy it. Second, we have calendar and time zone support, offering comprehensive date and time handling with time zone support. In this example, we include the chrono and iostream headers. The code retrieves the current date and time and demonstrates time zone handling by locating the time zone for New York City. In summary, C++20 introduces several major language features, including concepts for type constraints, ranges for composable algorithms, modules for modern code organization, coroutines for simplified asynchronous code, and the Spaceship Operator for simplified comparisons. Additionally, the standard library has been expanded with standard format for type-safe text formatting, calendar and time zone support for date and time handling, standard span for non-owning views of sequences, atomic smart pointers for thread-safe memory management, and synchronization primitives like semaphore and latch. C++20 represents one of the largest updates to the language, bringing modern features that improve code safety, readability, and performance. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.